Today we're going to be doing a lightning grenade build guide. This is the build I've been using in the end game. Level 72 right now. I've been using this since, oh god, but maybe level 50, 40, you know? So, here is the passive skill tree. Let's do a brief rundown for all the viewers here. Damage, armor, cooldown, damage, cooldown and damage for your grenades, movement speed, cooldown, area of effect for your grenades, and damage, armor, damage, lots of damage, grenade activates a second time. And then we go over here, lightning damage, and a chance to shock, which will proc. Where the fuck is it? Herald of Thunder, which is the main synergy with this build. That's good. We like shock chance, because when you kill a shocked enemy, it procs the Herald of Thunder. Yes! And then the next node, which is insane in the membrane. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I breaking into song? Am I doing the Path Effects How to build guy? Anyway. Lightning damage with non-critical hits is lucky. Good. And then we go over here. Shit ton of elemental damage. More chance to shock. You know what that means. More Herald of Thunder procs. And then attack damage penetrates 15% of enemy elemental resistances. Very fucking good. Alright. Then we go up here. This is grenade damage and then 25% reduced grenade fuse duration. That kind of synergizes with this one, which is 50% increased grenade fuse duration. But you get grenade skills firing additional projectiles. So that's a shit ton more damage, but they take longer to go off. But this node kind of counteracts that because it's kind of halving this because it takes 25% off. So it isn't even that bad. It's a good trade, I'd say. So yes. So that's the skill tree so far. I will be leaving a link in the description of the video to like a more complete passive tree for when you're like level 100 or something. But my plans, you know, take more damage here. Complete this bottom half here. Go this. So damage area. And then go all the way up here. Elemental damage, which is very nice. So, you know, that's my plans for like the next, you know, 10-15 levels. But yeah, as I said, I will be leaving a full passive tree like in a build guide below on a build planner. So if you do want to follow the build all the way to 100, then there will be a complete skill tree for you to look at and work through. So yeah, that's the passive skill tree kind of simplified for you. I don't know how else I could have put that, but yeah, let's move on to the support gems, skills, and the gear we're using. And the gear you should go for, because I do not have the optimal gear. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemonies, we're here. We're looking at the skills and support gems, right? So, there may be a lot on show here, but half of them, I don't even know why the fuck they're in here. Because these are some skills I used back when I was doing the campaign, so... But all you need realistically for the build is Herald of Thunder, Voltaic Grenade, and Herald of Ash. So, get those skills, get the required support gems for them that I'm about to show you, and you're good to go. So, I'll go over the main ones here. So, Herald of Ash, which is just 3 damage, really, if you have the spirit, but don't worry if you can't get that. If you can only get 1, definitely just go for the Herald of Thunder, because that is what you need for this build. It's the main synergy with the Voltaic Grenade, but this is just optional if you have the required spirit. It's just a nice bit of free damage and health, because the support gems we have is regenerate 1% of life per second while this is active. So I'm just regenerating life when it's active, which is great. And then mana regeneration for the support. And then mana regeneration while the support skill is active. Just, yeah, cool. That's good. Standard. And then 4% of life recovered on kill while a support skill is active. So that's also just more health, which is good. But as I said, do not worry if you can't get this. If you can only get 1, go for the Herald of Thunder. Moving on to Voltaic Grenade. This is the bread and butter of the build. This is the only skill you will be needing to activate, okay? You just be right-clicking left, right, and center, and that's all you need to fucking do, alright? So, the support gems we have on here is Scatter Shot. This is, you know, a must-have on any grenade skill, because it takes damage, but it gives you 2 additional grenades. And you can easily fix that with the next support gem, Lightning Infusion. Supported attacks gain 25% of damage as extra lightning damage. Boom, sorted. You're gaining 5% extra damage there as well. And then this one is also insane. Supported skills have 70% reduced cooldown recovery rate. So yeah, it's adding more cooldown, but then the grenades have a 50% chance to activate a second time, which is very good. Let's see if it happens here. Little example. There you go, it can activate a second time. So yeah, that is Voltaic Grenade, and moving on to the other big boy is Herald of Thunder. So this is kind of the whole synergy between the builds, so whenever you blow up a pack of enemies with Voltaic Grenade, it'll proc a shit ton of these and kill all the enemies if you haven't with the Voltaic Grenades. So the gems I have here is Magnified Effect. This one is pretty good because it just gives more area for Herald of Thunder. And then we have Elemental Focus, so it just deals more elemental damage. And then we have Long Shot, so it will deal more damage to enemies further away on the screen, which is most of the time as well, because you're usually just running around. So you see a pack here, you'll shoot there, and then it'll shoot all the lightning bolts and do additional damage because they're further away from you. So yeah, and also on bosses, if I am, because at the minute I'm struggling with cooldown because I haven't got an extra gem slot for the Voltaic Grenades yet. Because my plan when I get another slot is get the support gem, which takes a lot of the cooldown off. It'll probably take like half of it off, so it'll be like 1.5 seconds, maybe, if I'm lucky. But yeah, for now, because I have quite a long cooldown, and sometimes in boss fights I run out, and you know, you're stunning the bosses a lot because this can electrocute them and stun them. So when that happens, I just whip this out and decimate them with it. So we have Martial Tempo, more attack speed. It's good because this skill takes a shit long time to charge up, so you need that. And then more projectile speed, just so it hits the boss quicker. Didn't mean to do that, what the fuck. And then more elemental damage, so just more damage. So there you have it. They are the main skills and support gems that you need for the build. Do not mind any of the other skills. I need to take them out. I do not know why they're there, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on to the gear. Alright, so moving on to the gear here. We got that motherfucking crossbow. Right. So, this is a pretty sexy crossbow. So, I got pretty lucky with this one. So physical damage is good, and the lightning damage is good. And you want good damage on both of them. And you want, you need this type of crossbow, the advanced bombard crossbow, because if you can see the little implicit on there, grenade skills fire an additional projectile. Yes! You need that. That is a must-have for the crossbow on this build, on any grenade build. And then, I could have better stats on there, but this is as good as I have got, you know, at level 72. This is the best I've had the whole game, so I'm going to stick with it until if I ever do find a better weapon. But moving on, you've got to remember, a lot of this gear isn't, you know, I'd say optimized. It's just, like, decent, but it could be 10 times better, and like, when you get the correct gear, it'll bring the build online so much more. But for the helmet, as you can see, it's got some resistances, some life, some mana. I would like to have some armor as well as evasion rating, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, that can be an upgrade I can look for. And then, oh yeah, can't forget about the the gem. On here, I just did some armor, evasion, and energy shield. And on the crossbow, I forgot to mention, I just put 40% increased physical damage. This is because voltaic grenade converts 8% of physical damage to lightning damage. So, yeah, you want 40% more on there. Moving on to the chest piece. So, we just have some armor, some evasion rating, which is nice, some more armor, some life, some dex, and some resistances, and the stun threshold. I would rather another resistance, but as I said, beggars cannot be chasers. So, we've got lightning resistance on here, and then increased armor. But don't follow any of my gems. If you need more resistances instead of armor, then put another resistance on here. So, yeah. And we got the amulet. I've had this one for so fucking long now because it is just kind of good. So it gives a lot of attributes, but a lot of spirit and a lot of mana. It's just a good amulet. Found this one yesterday, this little beauty. So fire resistance, good. Physical damage, good, because that converts to lightning for the grenades. And then, of course, lightning damage. Yes! Accuracy is good for evasion. Resistances is always good. Life leech good, and then mana per enemy killed is good. So yeah, then we got here the other ring, elemental resistances, got some life, some mana, some attributes, a little bit of res on there, Bob's your uncle. And then on here, this is a pretty good glove I found. So we've got physical damage, we've got lightning damage, some dex, and some resistances on there, so that's a pretty sexual glove right there. So moving on to the belt. I haven't found another good belt with as good of resistances on it yet, but when I do, I will be replacing it because I am just looking for a belt that just has resistances on it because I need resistances. I need lightning resistance and chaos, so that's what I need, but you might need something different, so just, you know, on the belt, I'd go for resistances of whatever you need. And then shoes, on the boots even, not shoes, you want movement speed. That is a must-have on, like, any shoe on the game. I got very lucky here with 25%. What tier is that? It's, tier 4, it's not even that good. You can get better, but it's pretty good. But you want movement speed, maybe some resistances, but yeah, you want life, mana, that's standard stuff. And yeah, that's the gear. Not too complicated. It could be better, and it will be better as time goes on, so... But a little rundown is, on the crossbow, you want as much physical and lightning damage as possible. Preferably... What else would you want? Maybe some life leech, but yeah. And then on the helmet, you want evasion rating and armor as the main stats at the top, and then you just want resistances, life and mana. Armor and resistances on the chest, and then resistances damage on rings, attributes and resistances and stuff on the amulet, movement speed on the boots. As long as it has movement speed, fucking wear them, you know. Resistances on the belt, and then go for this glove if you can. It's a pretty good glove, to be fair. But yeah, I shall now get into a little bit of gameplay to showcase the build. Let's go! Okay, so here we are in a tier 4 waystone. Does it even say it's a tier 4? You just gonna have to take my word on it, but it is a tier 4 waystone. Tier 4 map. So, what you do is you just run around, you pop a little nade, and most things will die unless you're a fucking blue enemy. Go fuck yourself. But yeah. That's the premise of it. It's basically a one-button build. Just go around, pop a nade, lag a little bit, and yeah. As you can see, the Herald of Thunder's proccing nearly every time a grenade goes off, and it's just a huge burst of damage. Boink, boink. Just roll into them, pop a nade. Ooh, ooh, kill him. Oh, hold on. We're missing out on some vital gold here, let's not. Ooh, ooh. Give me the booty. But yeah. And this isn't anywhere near, like, fully optimized as well. And as you can see, it's pretty good on rare enemies. 2 to 3 shots to them, which is pretty good. Oh. And then, of course, the build comes with a bit of lag as well. Definitely not my internet. What? But yeah, that's basically the build. It's pretty good, and I've barely even got it online yet. It can be so much more optimized, so... But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and this little build guide. It's probably going to be my first of many PoE videos. Shit! As I was saying before, I definitely didn't die or anything, but this will be my first of many PoE 2 videos. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this build guide, let me know. Leave a like, subscribe. I am usually live on Twitch on some days of the week. If you have any improvements that you may have for the build or any suggestions, leave it in the comments. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I shall see you all next time.